Hey gamers, welcome to Season 3, Episode 1, Shining Force. This is also review number 79. Well, let's get things started out right, shall we? It's time for the story for this game. Basically, we have another story about the struggle between good and evil, light and dark. And in this case, the ancients are the past civilization and the dark dragon represents the bad people. And the ancients fought the dragon with the power of light, and they defeated the dragon and sent him to another dimension. The dragon, however, vows to return after 1,000 years. For 10 centuries, peace ruled in the kingdom. However, the kingdom of Runefest is set out to change all this as they wage war on the world. Searching for the treasures of the ancients to revive the dark dragon, it's up to one man to lead a brave group known as the Shining Force. Concept for this game. Initially, the game focuses around revenge, actually. The player sets out to avenge your fallen teacher and king, who were slain by the supreme swordsman known as Cain. While chasing after Cain, the player gets involved with more than they wanted to, really. The game consists of 8 chapters. The early chapters are pretty long, and near the end of the game, you get a reprieve, so to speak. For the most part, the whole game appears to be one battle after another. Then you have to guide Max through a town, castle, or village, talk to the people, and help them out the best you can. Then it's off to fight another battle. After an hour or so, you visit another town and get another request from the townspeople. So Max and company have to set out to fight again. The key is in the basement, but first can you clear out the monsters? I've been meaning to, but since you're here and all, why don't you? Come on! My grandson went missing, but if you find him, you can have my ship. Since when did the Shining Force become mercenaries for hire? This isn't Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, you know. Or is it? Seeing that Cain was but a pawn and Dark Saul is the brains behind the operation, it's your job to stop him, obviously. But I digress. If you manage to keep your attention span after one tediously long battle after another, you start to get addicted to this game. I started playing just to review it, and then I got hooked, and had to level up everyone in my party to the 30s and 40s. But that's not the whole point of the game either. Like many strategy games, you have to build an army, hence why they call it Shining Force. Getting people to join up is what makes this game more fun. It's actually not too hard to find people to join. Only a few characters are secret. The rest are in towns or castles or places you visit throughout the game. Oh yeah, one more important thing about this game is leveling up your characters. Like any normal RPG, promoting and leveling up is essential. Promoting your army is a really good idea because your characters become so uber strong, and it just makes the game so much more easier to play, and a lot of fun too. Time for the controls for this game. Alrighty, just so everybody knows, this is for the Wii Mote control held NES style. Now the controls are pretty basic. You move your character with the command cross or gamepad in the direction you wish them to go, and to access your actions menu, you press the 2 button. The 2 button also makes your action commands come to life, like attacking, using magic, items in battle, and it also talks to villagers and people in towns and castles. And that's really it. The 1 button will cancel your actions. The start button does nothing, and neither does the A button. So again, not much to it. Shining Force offers no counterattacks in this game either. It's a turn-by-turn fighting game, meaning they get to attack, and then you get to attack, but neither one of you can defend or counterattack, which really stinks. However, just because the controls are simple, this game is in no way an easy game. This game expects you to think, plot, plan, strategize, and be alert at all times. Although if you fall asleep, the computer can't steal your turn. Time for the design for this game. Well, what can I say about the design for this game? Well, the foreground changes based on your location, and for the most part it's trees, rocks, cliffs, desert, plains, and forests. Although sometimes you get to go to towns, castles, caves, and even a circus too. My favorite design background is the ruined Temple of Light. It looks really cool, and I don't really know why. Sega did a great job with the character designs in the battles too. And for the most part, this old game is not too bad to look at either. If the player was getting bored of the same old green grass, cliffs, etc., you did get to fight 2 very long, relaxing battles aboard your ship. Sega paid really close attention to detail for this game, and I'm impressed to say the least. It's sad how people are judging games now based on how they look, when those people really don't know what real gaming is. Know your roots, people. Just because the game looks great doesn't always mean that it plays great. Time for the memories for this game, which is a new segment. Man, I remember walking over to my friend's house through the mini-forest behind my old house in upstate New York. He played this game religiously. Whenever I came over, I had to sit and watch him play this game time and time again. There came a point where I grew to loathe this game. Although, to be fair, when he came over, all I did was play A Link to the Past while he watched. Can I see a show of hands of how many people know exactly what I'm talking about? That you either have a friend that plays games while you watch, or vice versa? Anyway, my buddy Knights was a year or two older than me, so I wasn't too thrilled with this game. Plus, I didn't really understand it. To me, it looked like the same thing over and over again, and it looked very boring, especially watching it. I wanted to come over and play a two-player game like Turtles 2, or Double Dragon, something. I wonder if Knights remembers me. Probably not.